the United Nations Office for Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, UNOCHA, says over 8.5 million persons are in dire need of life-saving support due to humanitarian crisis caused by the Boko Haram insurgency in the Northeast. The agency said in its October Northeast humanitarian report that 6.9 million displaced persons were targeted for life-saving assistance in 2017. The fact sheet showed that 5.2 million people were facing food insecurity and 5.1 million persons were targeted for food security interventions. It indicated that humanitarian organizations in collaboration with the federal government had provided support to 3 million persons under the Emergency Food Intervention Program. The agency disclosed that 3.4 million persons, particularly children, expectant and nursing mothers, needed nutrition support, adding that 2.7 million were targeted for assistance. It also said that 2.1 million persons had so far benefited from various nutrition interventions designed to control malnutrition in the war-ravaged region. It said more than 5.6 million of the estimated 6.9 million persons received health care service support through effective interventions provided by humanitarian organizations. The agency said that 4 million persons benefited from outpatient services and 1.6 million persons under mobile medical activities. It also revealed that 2.9 million children needed education support, adding that 986,100 of the 1.6 million targeted children received education intervention since January. Some 787,000 children received formal and non-formal education support, and 138,400 children were provided with learning materials. Psychosocial support and basic life skills training were conducted for 11,500 teachers, it said, noting that humanitarian organizations received only 18% of the total funding required. The document showed that 3.9 million people needed water, sanitation, and hygiene services and that the agency provided support to 2 million of the 2.4 million persons targeted for interventions. Other highlights of the activities of the agency include provision of safe drinking water to 2 million displaced persons and distribution of hygiene kits to 1.1 million people, while 773,000 persons were provided with improved sanitation facilities. On protection, the agency said that over 6.9 million people needed protection intervention, explaining that 2.4 persons were reached with intervention in the affected states. OCHA, however, decried the spate of violence against civilians and IDPs, stressing that urgent measures were necessary to enhance protection and security of persons affected by the conflict. It said that improved funding was imperative to fast-track implementation of humanitarian interventions to address the crisis caused by the Boko Haram insurgency in the region. The humanitarian crisis in the Northeast remains severe due to ongoing conflict, continued internal displacement, and unpredictable return of refugees from neighboring countries. Attacks against civilians including suicide bombings in and near sites for IDPs continue to be a major concern.